People. Que pasa, suck, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. Call it news with a buzz. There's a very popular dancehall artist named Valiant. He has a popular song called Amad Me Amad Out. Well, it seems as if that song applies appropriately to Jamaica with all that has been going on as it pertains to crime and the rest. It seems as if the country are mad out for real. It seems as if the country gone to the dogs. It is not only people losing their life randomly at the hands of random criminals. It is also family members, meaning son and father, father and son, mother and daughter. Any combination that you can think about, it is happening and not in isolated incidents. It is as if it is a pandemic happening in Jamaica as it pertains to family. Taking away family. So this one is called Mad Outs. In a place called Brian's Peace, that is in Clarendon, about 24 hours ago, a 61-year-old lady, her name is Mary Abbott, Mary Abbott. She was taken away by her daughter. Her daughter is 25-year-old. This is the daughter's picture on the screen right here. There's also a next picture. Don't know if this is the mother when the daughter was younger. It was supposed to be some celebration for the daughter, I guess her 20th birthday. So therefore this picture is probably about 5 years or so old. Based on information, it is said that the mother and daughter was at the house. I am assuming that it is the mother's house, when there was some sorts of argument, some sorts of dispute. Don't know exactly what it was about. It is said that this daughter then used some sorts of kitchen utensil and started to joke up the mother several times in the upper body. Pretty much she took out the mother on the spot. This daughter then went to the Popo station, I think Franklin Field, don't quote me. And then she made a report to the Popo that, listen, me and my mother in a some sorts of contention. And I just wheel and pop off. Send her couple in her the body, and then I come at the Popo station and make the reports. So people, we can assume that the officers at the station was startled, and the conversation might have went something like this. What you say? You take one knife and joke up your own mother over argument in the Sunday evening, yeah, when you're supposed to stay home and eat rice and peas and listen to church music. People, do you remember when Sunday used to be a peaceful day, tranquil day? Pretty much rice and peas a bubble, chicken, oxtail, before oxtail was very expensive. That was what we were used to. You not hear nobody a cuss. You not hear no sorts of contention. Nowadays on Sunday, you can't tell Sunday different from Saturday prime time. Down in your throat music, KILL, this sorts of song. It just changed. New generation, new things, them depend. So anyways, the Popo say, at that you do. Jump in at the service vehicle, check, make sure say gas tonight. Drive, go down at the yard. When them go down at the yard, them see the mother lay down in a pool of her own, exactly what me I talk about. Codename YouTube PG-13. Needless to say, the body was taken from the house, taken to the hospital where it was pronounced like somebody that attends Jamal from Moko that is illiterate, trying to speak the Queen's English. Pronounced very badly. She was gone. Out. Tapped out. Now people, ask yourself the question, under what circumstance I am assuming that you're a normal, everyday Jamaican, would get in some sorts of arguments, confrontation we call it. Yes, you and your mother might have disagreements, however, you talk it out like decent human being. How does it ever escalate to the point in which you're going to draw for some sorts of weapon and inflict any sorts of WOUNDS upon your mother, upon your father? But people, this is Jamaica, new breed, new style, new things, point blank and period. Further on in the news and continuing on the theme of a mad, me a mad out. Well, mad, them a mad out. I just carry the news and tell you how, don't know why. I am speaking about an incident that occurred about 24 hours ago in the parish of St. Elizabeth's, wherein a 75-year-old farmer, his name is Mr. Townsend. Mr. Townsend was taken out by his wife, who is 73-year-old, happens to be a farmer also from the same district. Based on the Popo report, it is said that the family was at home in a 4 o'clock in the morning. Now people, me no know what type of grandfather and granny them have nowadays that they are up 4 a.m. in the morning, cause usually the grandfather and grandmother as 8-9 o'clock come, them gone at them bed, them have to go up on the farm in the morning. However, for some strange reason, look like Duppy did the aunt them up 4 in the morning. Don't know if the man was on some sorts of Viagra or them on overdose of Geritol, people. Me not really know. It is said that there was some sorts of argument, and the argument was about some sorts of last will that this man, Mr. Arthur Townsend, was doing. Apparently, he did not put his wife as one of the beneficiaries of the will, so therefore she became upset. She became upset and she drew for some sorts of sharp utensil, and then she started act like Chucky upon the husband. Needless to say, the husband was taken out. He was juk up many times in the upper body. Needless to say, Mr. Arthur Townsend was taken to the place of recovery, and again he was pronounced like an illiterate attending Jamal that is from Moko, trying to speak the Queen's English. Pronounced very badly. Now, it seems as if there was trouble in paradise, cause based on the information, it seems as if the husband, Mr. Arthur, was doing the will, and the wife was probably over his shoulder. And when she took a prips on the paper, she did not see her name as one of the beneficiaries. Me no know if she see some other people as beneficiary, meaning probably matey, meaning the side chick, or one lady where the farmer have. Me no have no information to validate that or substantiate those evidence. However, she was upset for whatever reason. Now people, you can get upset, and if you have a valid reason, you can give your reason and act like civilized human beings, especially at the age of 73, meaning the wife, and 75, the husband. I take it that they're probably been together for a little while, so therefore obviously anybody might be upset. However, people's property are people's property. Automatically they say that if you're with somebody for 5 years or so, common law or official wife, that person is supposed to get something, I guess, if you DIE and did not leave a will. This man seems as if he had some sorts of organization because he was preparing a will should in case he go eventually very, very soon. So him decide, say, listen, this lady won't be on the will. She won't be getting what she anticipated. Suppose me just croak over, meaning drop D-E-A-D. Don't know if he had any sorts of physical or medical condition why he was preparing a will, because most Jamaicans don't. They are ill prepared when it comes to will. So therefore, them usually leave the property, leave the asset out there, and when them D-E-A-D, the people them K-I-L-L each other over it. So therefore, he was trying to probably avoid that, and people what happened, E-D-I-E-D before its time, prematurely. So me have to ask the question, what type of anger management this lady have? What type of crocodile mixed with Tasmanian devil kind of anger she have that she get in her feelings and decides, say, listen, me I go rush this man. Now people, I was not there for say if the man rush her and she was defending herself, self-defense, me cannot validate or verify that. Me just say, I am startled that at 4 a.m. two elderly people up and I argue over some BS that could have been easily sorted out. Now people, I don't know if this man's frame of mind is that, listen, me a 73 or me a 75, sorry, and she a 73. So more than likely, if me go, she a go soon after. Maybe the wife did not see it like that. Maybe she was planning to take him out. Don't have any sorts of evidence to substantiate it. So she knew say he was going before her. Maybe this man just said to himself, listen, you know, say this lady, me and her did there. Me just put up with it. Me just tolerate it for all of these years and decades. Me don't know the specific of how long they've been together. Maybe this man has said, then if me go, me don't even like our worthless family, our worthless people, so therefore, me no want work hard all my life as a farmer, and then take all of the things that I have accumulated, all of my assets, all of everything that I own, my bank account, and then she take it and give to our worthless people, according to this man. Now people, he did not tell me, but me just say, what would make a man not put his wife on his will unless there was trouble in paradise, unless he knew something that we don't know that tells him that, listen, this is probably not such a bright idea, because for a man in his 70s to actually put down some last will that shows that he is organized, he did not want any sorts of dispute in his eventual leaving this earth, in my opinion. So the moral of the story in all of this is that if you're there with somebody, a husband and wife, or wife and husband, vice versa, do not feel as if a will you are entitled automatically just because you and people spend time together, decades together. It would have been nice had the situation been okay. However, if you are somebody there and all of those years or decades it has been nothing but misery, the last thing that you want to do is eventually pass away and pass that on to the person that made you miserable. So I am assuming that there was trouble in paradise. I am assuming that this man did his will in front of the wife, or maybe she just popped up early in the morning, hear some sorts of shuffling, hear some sorts of writing on some sorts of paper. There might have been some sorts of argument before, and get up and then over the man's shoulder prips the paperwork and realize say she not dep on it, or he probably told her that, listen, you won't be on the will. So here it is again in a Jamaica. A man is doing something that is in his rights. Yes, we might question that. If you're D-E-A-D, maybe you want to pass on something to your wife or your husband. But this man knows what he is doing. It is in his rights. Nobody is entitled A will means that this is your opinion of how you want your assets, your property, your cash, your account to be divided to who he thinks deserve it. Maybe he did not think that the wife deserved it. People may not know the details. However, the man tried to do what he thought was right, just in case him kick the bucket. He did not want people to be FIGHTING over any sorts of D-E-A-D left legacy. However, he died in doing something right for his own legacy. People, this is crazy. Point blank and period. Further on in the news, and switching the theme from Ahmad out to promises of comfort to a fool. Now the other day we saw that Jamaica introduced some new currency from the $50 bill to the $5,000 bill. One of the promises that they made is that, you see them bill, them harder for counterfeit, them harder for defraud. They did not tell you that if you're not Jamaican, if you don't have criminal mind, then it might work. However, we see that these criminals in Jamaica, anything negative, they have come up with all sorts of innovative way for buck and beat the system. I introduce not the new 5,000, but the new 5,000 that was introduced by the criminal elements in Jamaica. Take a listen, take a look at this beautiful bean footage, and then I'll give my piece.
People, look how the waste man them come spending at the bar now. Look how them forge the money now. Hey, people can't so wicked. Jamaica gone to the dog, brother. This catch anybody. And wicked people are going to say this couldn't catch you no, but watch you now. This can catch anybody. Because them forge it too good. Watch it. Watch it. Then this couldn't trick you. Watch it.
Then I tell us, when you show me money first, I wonder what you talk about it.
Brother, I'm terrible youth. This man.
Now people, Jamaica is no longer the land of wood and water. It's the land of innovative criminals that find every sort of way for buck the system. So therefore, if you're not on your P's and Q's and them catch you slipping, whenever them catch a fool, they are going to use him. So therefore, be vigilant. Make sure say you know what the difference of the 2,000, 5,000, 1,000, where it look like, or else you too will become a victim of these Jamaican thieves. Point blank and period. So anyways people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like this, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. And last but not least, please subscribe to my next channel. It is called Jamaica Dancehall Source. I'll be pinning the link to that channel in the description of this video. Bless up.